5 things you should not expose to others. Change immediately. Stoicism. Welcome, fellow seekers of wisdom. As Epictetus once said, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. This profound statement captures the essence of what we're discussing today. 5 things you should not expose to others and why changing this habit immediately can lead to a more serene and empowered life. In our quest for self-improvement and inner tranquility, it's crucial to recognize the impact of our actions and choices on our mental state and overall well-being. By understanding the importance of discretion and learning to guard certain aspects of our lives, we can cultivate a more balanced and resilient mindset. This practice isn't just a strategy, it's a foundational principle that helps maintain our inner peace and strength. So, let's delve into these 5 crucial aspects, exploring how keeping them to ourselves can significantly enhance our journey towards self-mastery. If you find value in these insights, please subscribe and ring the bell for notifications. This way, you can stay connected with us as we continue to share wisdom and practical advice for navigating life's challenges. Together, let's strive to embody the principles of Stoicism and walk the path of becoming the noblest versions of ourselves. Welcome to Stoic in Your Life, where ancient wisdom meets modern resilience, and we learn to thrive amidst the complexities of contemporary living. Number 1. The battles you fought in the past. Have you ever felt that your past battles weigh you down in the eyes of others? We've all faced our own Goliaths and bear the scars to prove it. However, here's a Stoic truth to consider. Your past struggles are not badges for public display, nor crutches for your present. Seneca once said, "Our scars have the power to remind us that the past was real. They are personal milestones of growth, not stories for sympathy or judgment. Your resilience has been forged in the fire of these challenges, contributing to your wisdom and perseverance. In sharing your journey, focus not on the pain endured, but on the strength gained. The Stoic path teaches us that it is more honorable to live in the present, embodying virtues through actions rather than recounting tales of past victories. Let your life's quality and the wisdom you've cultivated speak louder than any story of triumph could. Remember, the most profound respect is earned by those who demonstrate their character through living virtuously in the now, not just by those who have a history of overcoming. Consider the story of Jo, a modern-day warrior in her own right. She battled through severe personal and professional setbacks, losing her job, dealing with a severe illness, and navigating the end of a significant relationship, all within the span of a year. Each of these events left a mark on her. But instead of dwelling on these scars or using them as conversational focal points, she chose to live her life through the virtues she cultivated from those experiences. Jo found strength in resilience, learned patience through her struggles, and grew wiser in her decisions. When she interacts with others, it's not her tales of woe that she shares, but the lessons of strength and resilience she has internalized and now exemplifies in her daily life. This has earned her more respect and admiration than any recounting of her past battles ever could. Now, let's delve deeper into another aspect we often expose unnecessarily: our fears and insecurities. These are deeply personal, yet many of us tend to lay them bare, seeking comfort or validation from others. However, as Stoics, we understand that fears are shadows in the mind, often losing their power when faced with courage and rational thought. Epictetus reminds us that we are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more in imagination than in reality. By exposing our fears, we sometimes amplify them, giving them more life and presence than they deserve. Instead, work on confronting and understanding your fears privately. Use them as a tool for growth, rather than a topic for discussion. By mastering your inner world, you project a strength that is silent but profound, influencing others not through words but through the calm and composed way you handle life's challenges. This approach is beautifully illustrated in the story of Tom, who struggled with crippling anxiety. Tom would often talk about his fears, seeking validation and comfort from friends and family. But over time, he realized that talking about his anxieties only made them seem more real and insurmountable. Inspired by Stoic teachings, he decided to confront his fears head-on. He began practicing mindfulness, challenged his irrational thoughts, and worked on building a more resilient mindset. Tom's transformation became evident not through his words but through his newfound calmness and confidence. His friends noticed the change and respected him more, not because he had fears, but because he had learned to master them. Next, let's talk about another important aspect: our ambitions and goals. In today's world, there's a tendency to broadcast our aspirations widely, seeking encouragement or perhaps validation. However, Stoicism teaches us the virtue of humility and the power of silent diligence. Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Rather than discussing your grand plans, focus on the diligent pursuit of them. Actions speak louder than words, and the world respects those who achieve rather than those who proclaim. Keep your ambitions close to your heart, nurture them with hard work, and let your success be your voice. A modern example of this can be seen in the life of Sarah, a young entrepreneur with big dreams. Sarah had ambitious plans to revolutionize the tech industry with her innovative ideas. Initially, she shared her goals with everyone, seeking advice and validation. However, she soon realized that talking about her ambitions diluted her focus and attracted unnecessary scrutiny and pressure. Inspired by Stoic philosophy, she decided to work quietly and diligently on her projects. She poured her energy into action rather than words. When her company eventually launched and succeeded, it was her results that spoke volumes, earning her the respect and admiration of her peers and the industry at large. Another crucial element we often expose is our wealth and material possessions. In a world driven by social media, there is a constant temptation to showcase our prosperity. But Stoicism teaches us that true wealth lies not in our possessions, but in our virtue and wisdom. Seneca aptly put it, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." Flaunting wealth can lead to envy and superficial relationships. Instead, focus on the richness of character and the wealth of experience. Live simply, and let your inner riches shine through your actions and interactions. Imagine John, a successful businessman who lived a lavish lifestyle and frequently showcased his wealth. Over time, he realized that his happiness and sense of fulfillment were not proportional to his material possessions. Influenced by Stoic teachings, he began to simplify his life, focusing on meaningful relationships and personal growth, rather than material wealth. John found greater contentment and respect from those around him, not because of what he owned, but because of who he had become. Lastly, let's consider the exposure of our grievances and complaints. In times of distress, it's easy to vent our frustrations and seek sympathy. However, Stoicism encourages us to maintain composure and seek solutions rather than sympathy. Marcus Aurelius advised, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Complaining often gives away your power and places focus on the problem rather than the solution. By maintaining a stoic demeanor and addressing issues constructively, you inspire others and cultivate inner strength. Consider the case of Emily, who faced significant challenges at her workplace. Instead of complaining to her colleagues and friends, she chose to address the issues head-on, seeking constructive solutions and maintaining a positive attitude. Her colleagues noticed her resilience and problem-solving skills, which eventually led to her being promoted. Emily's approach not only solved her problems but also earned her respect and recognition. The battles we fought, our fears, ambitions, wealth, and grievances, are deeply personal aspects of our lives. As Stoics, we learn to keep these close, focusing on personal growth and virtue rather than public display. By doing so, we cultivate inner strength, respect, and a life well lived. What aspects of your life can you keep closer to heart to build a stronger, more resilient self? Remember, the journey of a Stoic is one of continuous improvement and quiet strength, where actions speak louder than words and virtues shine brighter than any public declaration. Number 2, the specifics of your goals. Have you ever considered the power of keeping your goals to yourself? Imagine walking a path that is uniquely yours, with a clear direction visible to everyone, yet the intricate details remain hidden. When you share every minute step you're planning to take, it's like handing over the control of your destiny to others, much like giving your unlocked phone to a stranger. You expose your vulnerabilities and open up the possibility for external interference. Should your plans falter, it becomes nearly impossible to discern whether the fault lies within your execution or if someone else has sabotaged your efforts. This ambiguity can leave you questioning your choices and decisions, undermining your confidence and clarity. Think about the next time a friend or colleague inquires about your specific ambitions. A simple acknowledgement of your end goal is sufficient. The detailed roadmap, the milestones you've set, the strategies you intend to employ. These are intimate aspects of your journey that do not need to be shared. Keeping these details to yourself preserves your sense of agency and control over your path. In today's culture where oversharing has become commonplace, embracing the subtle art of discretion can be a powerful act. The ancient Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "Keep silence for the most part, and speak only when you must and then briefly." This wisdom underscores the value of maintaining a certain level of privacy around your personal goals. It's about understanding that the responsibility for your achievements and failures lies primarily with you. Isn't it liberating to realize that the only person who truly needs to understand and hold the compass to your future is you? Maintaining this sense of discretion also aligns with the Stoic principle of focusing on what is within your control. By keeping your plans private, you limit the number of external factors that can influence your progress. This way, your journey remains authentically yours, and any adjustments or changes you make are based on your internal assessment rather than external opinions or pressures. Why do we feel the need to broadcast our goals and plans? Is it for validation, support, or perhaps a sense of accountability? While these can be positive motivators, they can also become double-edged swords. Publicizing your goals can lead to undue pressure and expectations from others, which might hinder rather than help your progress. It can create an environment where you're constantly seeking approval or fearing judgment, which distracts from the pure pursuit of your objectives. Moreover, when you achieve success, it is that much sweeter knowing it was accomplished on your terms, without the need for external validation. Marcus Aurelius, another great Stoic thinker, said, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This highlights the importance of internal resilience and self-reliance. Your goals are a personal endeavor, and by safeguarding the specifics, you protect your mental and emotional well-being from unnecessary external influences. In essence, the art of keeping your goals to yourself is not about secrecy for its own sake, but about nurturing a sense of personal responsibility and control. It is about creating a space where you can develop your ideas and plans without outside interference, allowing you to remain focused and undistracted. This practice can lead to greater clarity, stronger resolve, and ultimately, a more fulfilling journey towards your aspirations. Reflect on your current approach. Are you sharing too much with others? What impact does this have on your motivation and progress? By asking yourself these questions, you can better understand the balance between openness and discretion. Remember, the power to steer your course lies within you, and maintaining a degree of privacy can help keep that power intact. In the grand scheme of your endeavors, you are the sole architect of your journey. Embrace this role fully, knowing that the intricate blueprint of your path is for your eyes only. Trust in your ability to navigate your way forward without the need for external input at every turn. As Seneca wisely said, "He who is brave is free." By bravely holding on to your goals and plans, You free yourself from the constraints and expectations of others, empowering yourself to achieve greatness on your terms. If you've made it this far, you're a true seeker of wisdom. Drop a comment saying, "I embrace Stoic strength," to show you're dedicated to this journey of personal growth. Stay tuned, as there are more powerful insights ahead. Number 3, your happiness. Let's continue on this enlightening path with a quote from the esteemed Stoic philosopher Epictetus. "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This guiding principle will frame our discussion and deepen our understanding of what to keep sacred in our lives. True contentment, as expressed in the anonymous adage, "Contentment is not the fulfillment of what you want, but the realization of how much you already have," captures the essence of genuine happiness. In our fast-paced world where joy often seems elusive, we find ourselves constantly chasing the next big thing, believing that happiness lies just beyond our reach. However, the real treasure lies in appreciating the abundance already present in our lives. When we allow a genuine smile to illuminate our faces, it can surprise those around us. Some may admire our cheerfulness, while others, bewildered by such visible joy, might question its authenticity. For many, the idea of someone existing in a state of deep, unwavering contentment is a foreign concept. If I were in your shoes, I would proudly wear my happiness like a badge of honor. When someone inquires about your state of mind, it is sufficient to respond that you are doing well, rather than proclaiming that you are on top of the world. This approach not only maintains a sense of humility, but also shifts the focus to the well-being of others, fostering genuine connections. Instead of broadcasting our own positive state, we should engage in meaningful conversations, asking how others are faring. It's enough to share that things are proceeding smoothly, creating an environment where happiness is seen as a shared experience rather than a solitary achievement. In a world often shrouded in gloom, radiating happiness becomes a revolutionary act. There are those who, embittered and dissatisfied, may seek to disturb the tranquility of those who have attained peace. Yet, it is in this very act of maintaining joy amidst the chaos that Stoic philosophy shines brightest. As Seneca wisely stated, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." This timeless wisdom reminds us that our inner peace should not be swayed by the storms outside. By embracing our happiness with quiet confidence, we embody the Stoic ideal of finding serenity within, regardless of external circumstances. This approach to happiness is not about hiding our joy, but about protecting it from those who might not understand or appreciate it. In doing so, we safeguard our inner peace and avoid unnecessary conflict. This doesn't mean we should isolate ourselves or become insincere. Rather, we should be discerning about when and with whom we share our deepest joys. By doing so, we honor the Stoic principle of wisdom and prudence, recognizing that not everyone is equipped to handle our happiness with the same grace and understanding. As we navigate the complexities of modern life, let us remember the words of Marcus Aurelius. "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." This profound insight encourages us to cultivate an internal landscape of gratitude and contentment, recognizing that our happiness is rooted in our perspective, not in external validation. By changing our mindset and focusing on the present, we can transform our lives and inspire those around us. The journey toward true happiness is a personal and sacred one. By keeping our joy close to our hearts and sharing it judiciously, we align ourselves with the Stoic ideals of wisdom, humility, and inner peace. Let us embrace our happiness with quiet confidence, radiating positivity, while remaining grounded in the present moment. As we do so, we not only enrich our own lives, but also create a ripple effect of tranquility and contentment in the world around us. Number 4, your relationship. In the intricate web of human connections, the threads of intimacy and discretion weave a bond that is not only resilient but sacred. The Stoics believed that the essence of a strong relationship lies within its private sanctuary, not in the public eye. When conflicts arise, as they naturally do, it's tempting to seek solace in the ears of others. Yet, remember the words of Seneca: "We should every night call ourselves to an account. What infirmity have I mastered today? What passions opposed? What temptation resisted? What virtue acquired?" Our personal growth in relationships is not a spectacle for others. It is a quiet, internal journey. Addressing discomfort directly with your partner, rather than broadcasting it, is not just about privacy. It's about respect. It's about nurturing the unique intimacy that only you two share. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Dwell on the beauty of life. Watch the stars and see yourself running with them." In your shared silence, in the resolution of your conflicts, there is a beauty that belongs only to you and your partner. Imagine a couple, Emma and John, facing a rough patch. Instead of airing their grievances on social media or seeking advice from every friend, they choose to handle their issues privately. They sit down, communicate openly, and work through their problems together. This approach not only strengthens their bond, but also deepens their understanding of each other. By keeping their relationship matters within their private sphere, they prevent the erosion of trust that often accompanies the involvement of outside opinions. Many face the tempest of marital discord, yet when these troubles are paraded to friends, they morph into gossip instead of handling them discreetly. When Emma confides in her friends about her frustrations with John, she risks their issues being misinterpreted or exaggerated. Instead of finding a solution, the couple may end up feeling more isolated and misunderstood. On the contrary, by addressing their issues directly, Emma and John not only preserve their relationship's sanctity but also foster a deeper, more resilient connection. Embrace the Stoic virtue of temperance and let the privacy of your relationship be the crucible where love and trust are strengthened. For it is in the sacred space between two hearts where the most profound connections flourish, away from the eyes of the world. By maintaining this private space, you protect the unique bond you share with your partner, allowing it to grow and evolve without external interference. How often do you find yourself sharing intimate details of your relationship with others? What would happen if you kept these moments within the sacred space of your partnership? By keeping your relationship matters private, you allow for honest, unfiltered communication between you and your partner. This fosters an environment of trust and mutual respect, where both of you can be your true selves without fear of judgment. In a world where oversharing has become the norm, embracing the Stoic principle of discretion can be a refreshing change. It empowers you to handle conflicts maturely and strengthens the foundation of your relationship. The story of Emma and John teaches us that privacy in relationships is not about secrecy, but about protecting the bond from unnecessary external pressures. It reminds us that the most beautiful and enduring relationships are those that are nurtured in private, away from the prying eyes of the world. So, the next time you face a conflict in your relationship, resist the urge to seek external validation. Instead, turn inward and engage in open, honest dialogue with your partner. This practice not only honors the sacredness of your relationship, but also helps you grow as individuals and as a couple. By doing so, you create a strong, resilient bond that can withstand any storm. Reflect on how you handle conflicts in your relationship. Do you seek external validation, or do you work through issues privately with your partner? What impact does this have on the health and longevity of your relationship? The Stoic principle of keeping your relationship matters private is not just about maintaining discretion. It's about fostering a deeper, more meaningful connection with your partner. By addressing conflicts internally, you build a foundation of trust and respect that can withstand the test of time. Let the sacred space between you and your partner be a sanctuary where love and trust are continually nurtured and strengthened. This approach not only enhances your relationship but also promotes personal growth and self-awareness. How can you apply this principle to your own relationships? And what changes might you see as a result? Remember, the most profound connections flourish in the quiet, private spaces between two hearts. Number 5. Your financial situation. Let's dive into the final point on our list. Your financial situation. Whether you're sitting comfortably or wrestling with debt, it's wise to keep your financial cards close to your chest, as the Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely said. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. This timeless insight reminds us that true wealth is about inner contentment, not external displays of affluence. Why should you keep your financial status under wraps? Consider this. No one in your social circle is acting as an IRS agent or a bank examiner. Sharing your financial situation can often invite unnecessary judgment and negativity. If you're doing well financially, it might attract people with ulterior motives. On the flip side, if you're struggling, others may view you with disdain. This, unfortunately, is the reality of the world we live in. In any situation, be it a job interview, a social gathering, or a casual hangout with friends, displaying desperation is counterproductive. It disrupts the atmosphere and makes you appear burdensome. Desperation doesn't help you achieve your goals. Instead, it repels what you truly need. So, if you ever feel tempted to reveal a lack of control over your finances, it's often better to stay home and avoid such attempts altogether. The Stoics teach us to focus on what we can control, our inner tranquility and virtue. Let external matters remain as they are. Remember, the world often values appearances, even if you feel uncertain inside. Conveying confidence is key to convincing others that you're in command. This strategy helps you redefine your financial future without unnecessary exposure. As we draw the curtains on today's exploration of the 5 things you should not expose to others, let's reflect on how to integrate these Stoic insights into our daily lives. Don't just listen to these words, embody them in your actions. Challenge yourself to apply these principles, for it is in our daily practices that we cultivate the serenity and resilience of the Stoic spirit. Now take a moment to think. How often do you find yourself sharing more than necessary about your financial situation? Have you considered the potential consequences of such disclosures? By keeping certain aspects of your life private, you maintain control and safeguard your inner peace. What steps can you take today to start embodying this Stoic wisdom? Remember, Stoicism is not just a philosophy, it's a way of life. It teaches us to navigate the ebbs and flows of existence with a serene mind and a resilient spirit. When we internalize these teachings, we become better equipped to handle whatever life throws our way. So, as you move forward, keep the Stoic torch burning brightly within you. Embrace the wisdom of Epictetus, Marcus Aurelius, and Seneca, and let their teachings guide you to a more tranquil and fulfilling life. In conclusion, guard your financial situation as you would any valuable asset. By doing so, you protect yourself from unnecessary stress and external judgments. Focus on what truly matters, your inner tranquility and virtue. As the Stoic saying goes, he who has a reason to live can bear almost any how. Find your why, hold on to it, and let it guide you through the challenges of life with a steady and unyielding spirit. Thank you for being part of today's video. Before we proceed, I want to thank you for your participation in our community. Feel free to share your thoughts or simply comment, "I am a newbie," if you're new, or "I am a Stoic," if you've been around. Your interaction is a great source of motivation for us. Let's continue this journey together, shall we? And here comes the 5 Stoic psychological strategies for everyday life. The ancient philosophy of Stoicism offers timeless wisdom that can be applied to modern life. Author Donald Robertson explores these strategies in his book, Stoicism and the Art of Happiness. Here are 5 typical Stoic psychological strategies that you can incorporate into your daily routine. 1. Divide and conquer. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and one of the most renowned Stoic philosophers, offered profound insights into managing life's myriad challenges. He once observed that if we dissect a beautiful dance or a piece of music into its individual components for objective analysis, they lose their enchanting power. This principle holds true for our difficulties, anxieties, and misfortunes. By breaking them down into smaller, more manageable parts, they become less intimidating and easier to handle. As Donald Robertson elaborates, at any one time, only face each individual aspect of the event and examine them objectively. To put this into practice, close your eyes and visualize a recent situation that caused you discomfort or suffering. Take a few moments to describe the event slowly and methodically without judgment or interference, as if you were a scientist recording observations from a neutral perspective. Break down the situation into its components and consider each element separately. For each part, ask yourself, is this what is causing my discomfort? As you examine each element in turn, you'll find it easier to accept and deal with the pain associated with each part. This method transforms overwhelming challenges into manageable tasks, allowing you to regain control and move forward with confidence. By compartmentalizing our problems, we can approach them with a clear mind and a calm demeanor. This practice not only helps us manage stress, but also enhances our ability to make rational decisions. As Seneca wisely noted, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. By breaking down our problems, we can see them for what they truly are and prevent our minds from magnifying their impact. Modern life bombards us with challenges that can easily become overwhelming if we let them. Whether it's work-related stress, personal issues, or societal pressures, adopting the Stoic technique of dividing and conquering can be a game changer. It helps us maintain our composure and focus on what truly matters, allowing us to lead more fulfilling and balanced lives. Remember, the goal is not to avoid difficulties, but to face them with a rational and composed mindset. By doing so, we align ourselves with the Stoic ideal of living in accordance with nature, accepting what we cannot change and focusing our energy on what we can control. This approach not only empowers us but also fosters resilience, enabling us to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and fortitude. In the words of Epictetus, it's not what happens to you but how you react to it that matters. By breaking down our problems into smaller parts, we take control of our reactions and transform our challenges into opportunities for growth and self-improvement. This practice is a testament to the enduring relevance of Stoic wisdom in our modern lives, guiding us towards a path of inner peace and unwavering strength. Embrace this technique and make it a part of your daily routine. Whenever you find yourself overwhelmed, take a step back, analyze the situation objectively, and break it down into manageable components. By doing so, you'll develop a more resilient and stoic mindset, capable of facing any challenge that comes your way. This is the essence of Stoicism, to live with virtue, reason, and tranquility, regardless of external circumstances. The wisdom of Marcus Aurelius and other Stoic philosophers provides us with invaluable tools to navigate the complexities of modern life. By adopting the principle of divide and conquer, we can transform our approach to challenges, reduce our stress, and lead more balanced and fulfilling lives. Remember, the power lies within us to change our perception and ultimately our reality. So, embrace this timeless wisdom and let it guide you towards a life of greater peace and resilience. 2. Focus on the here and now. In the fast-paced hustle of modern life, it's easy to get lost in the whirlwind of past regrets and future anxieties. Yet, as Seneca, the wise Stoic philosopher, reminds us, we often create our own suffering by dwelling on what has been or what might be. He observed that while animals flee from danger and return to peace once safe, humans continually torment themselves with worries about the past and fears of the future. This unnecessary distress prevents us from enjoying the present, which is the essence of Stoic philosophy. Similarly, Marcus Aurelius, in his timeless work, Meditations, emphasizes the importance of living in the here and now. By focusing on the present moment, we can handle tasks more efficiently and resolve difficulties more effectively. The principle here is akin to divide and conquer. Breaking down overwhelming problems into manageable, fleeting moments makes them far less daunting. As Donald Robertson explains, difficulties become more bearable when simplified into a series of fleeting moments. Imagine you're swamped with a project at work. The deadline looms and you can't stop thinking about past mistakes or worrying about potential failures. Instead of getting paralyzed by these thoughts, try zeroing in on the task right in front of you. Concentrate on completing one small part of the project before moving on to the next. By doing this, not only will you find the work more manageable, but you'll also feel a sense of accomplishment with each step, rather than constant anxiety about the entire project. This focus on the present can transform your productivity and bring a calming clarity to your actions. Reflecting on a personal story, consider the life of a modern professional like Sarah who juggles work, family, and personal aspirations. Sarah used to spend her days in a constant state of stress, thinking about past decisions and future possibilities. One day she decided to adopt the Stoic practice of living in the moment. She started by dedicating specific times of the day to focus solely on her current tasks. When with her family, she put away her phone and engaged fully with her loved ones. At work, she tackled her responsibilities one by one, without letting the pressure of upcoming deadlines cloud her mind. This shift not only improved her efficiency but also brought a profound sense of peace and fulfillment to her life. Think about your own life. How often do you find yourself trapped in thoughts about the past or future, missing out on the present? What might change if you began to focus more on the here and now? By embracing this Stoic practice, you can reduce unnecessary suffering and enhance your overall well-being. In conclusion, the lesson from Stoic philosophy is clear. Live in the present. Let go of past regrets and future worries. Focus on the immediate task at hand. This approach not only boosts productivity, but also brings peace and clarity. As Seneca and Marcus Aurelius have taught us, and as modern professionals like Sarah have discovered, the power of the present moment is immense. Embrace it, and you'll find that life's difficulties become more manageable and your days more fulfilling. This timeless wisdom from Stoicism is not just philosophical musings, but practical advice that can profoundly improve our everyday lives. 3. Acting with a provisional clause. One crucial lesson from Stoicism is acting with a provisional clause. As Stoics, we understand that life is unpredictable, and not everything will go according to plan. By anticipating circumstances beyond our control, we add a mental caveat to our actions, something akin to saying, depending on circumstances or as fate wills it. This principle is beautifully encapsulated by the saying, do what you must do, but let it happen in its own way. It's a mindset that frees us from the tyranny of expecting perfect outcomes and instead focuses our attention on the effort and the process. Seneca, one of the most influential Stoic philosophers, advises us to expect obstacles as a way to mitigate the emotional pain of failure. He believed that constantly promising ourselves success can lead to greater disappointment. Instead, by accepting that there will always be potential barriers, we can prepare our minds to handle setbacks with grace. This approach allows us to focus on the actions we can control, much like a person throwing a ball who concentrates solely on the motion, unburdened by fear of the outcome. Marcus Aurelius, another prominent Stoic figure, emphasizes the adaptability of the human mind. In his Meditations, he writes that the mind, like fire, catches on to whatever is thrown into it and makes it part of its nature. This adaptability is crucial when acting with a provisional clause. It means being ready to adjust to whatever life throws our way, maintaining resilience and flexibility. By doing so, we can transform challenges into opportunities for growth and learning. To put this into practice, approach your goals and tasks with an open mind. Be ready to accept any outcome, knowing that your resilience and adaptability are your greatest strengths. This mindset not only reduces stress but also enhances your ability to handle unexpected events with calm and composure. Have you ever noticed how much more at ease you feel when you're not clinging to a specific result? This is the essence of acting with a provisional clause. It liberates you from the anxiety of uncertainty and allows you to engage fully with the present moment. In addition to acting with a provisional clause, there are other aspects of our lives that Stoicism advises us to keep private. One of these is our personal progress and achievements. Epictetus, another revered Stoic, taught that we should not boast about our progress to others. He believed that genuine growth is internal and does not require external validation. By keeping our accomplishments to ourselves, we prevent pride from taking root and maintain humility, a core virtue in Stoicism. Another area to be cautious about is sharing our fears and anxieties. While it is important to have trusted confidants, broadcasting our insecurities can make us vulnerable to judgment and manipulation. Instead, Stoicism encourages us to work through our fears internally, using reason and self-reflection to overcome them. As Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Reflect on this. How often do you find yourself sharing your worries with others, only to feel even more anxious afterward? By managing our emotions privately, we can cultivate inner strength and resilience. Furthermore, Stoicism advises against exposing our plans prematurely. Marcus Aurelius suggested that we should act in silence, letting our actions speak for themselves. By sharing our intentions too early, we risk inviting unnecessary criticism and pressure which can derail our focus. Have you ever shared a goal with someone only to be met with skepticism or unsolicited advice? Keeping our plans to ourselves protects our motivation and allows us to pursue our goals with unwavering determination. Lastly, Stoicism teaches us to be mindful of our opinions and judgments. Seneca warned against expressing hasty judgments, as they often stem from incomplete understanding. By keeping our opinions to ourselves, we avoid unnecessary conflicts and misunderstandings. This doesn't mean we shouldn't have opinions, but rather that we should be judicious about when and how we express them. Consider this. How many times have you regretted sharing an opinion in the heat of the moment? By exercising restraint, we can navigate social interactions more gracefully and maintain harmonious relationships. Stoicism offers timeless wisdom on what we should keep private to live a more fulfilling and resilient life. Acting with a provisional clause helps us manage our expectations and remain adaptable. Keeping our progress, fears, plans, and opinions private allows us to cultivate inner strength and maintain humility. Reflect on these principles and ask yourself, how can I incorporate them into my daily life to become more resilient and composed? By embracing these practices, you can navigate life's challenges with the calm and wisdom of a true Stoic. 4. Anticipating misfortune and contemplating death. Imagine a life where the unexpected doesn't rattle you, where misfortunes are met with calm resolve rather than panic. This is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, particularly for men aged 30 to 65 who are looking to fortify their mental and emotional resilience. Today we delve into a profound practice advocated by the Stoics, anticipating misfortune and contemplating death. By embracing these principles, you can cultivate a mindset that not only prepares you for life's inevitable challenges but also enhances your appreciation for the present moment. Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, wisely observed, "What has been anticipated in advance comes as a gentle blow." This insight underscores the importance of mentally preparing for potential setbacks and losses. When we brace ourselves for failure or hardship, we lessen the emotional impact when such events occur. On the contrary, those who are caught off guard by misfortune often find themselves overwhelmed, even by relatively minor setbacks. This preparedness allows us to recognize that events in themselves are neutral. It is our perception that labels them as good or bad. Misfortunes, when viewed through the lens of Stoicism, lose their sting. As philosopher Donald Robertson aptly puts it, most of us are like children, frightened by a fierce mask, but we regain our composure when the mask is removed. By anticipating and rationally reflecting on potential misfortunes, we begin to see them not as catastrophic events but as neutral occurrences that we have the power to manage. Furthermore, regularly contemplating potential misfortunes not only prepares us to face them with greater equanimity, but also enhances our appreciation for life. The ultimate misfortune, death, is a subject that the Stoics often urged us to contemplate. Marcus Aurelius, another eminent Stoic, said, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." By reflecting on our mortality, we gain a deeper appreciation for the present and a clearer perspective on what truly matters. This practice can lead to a profound sense of gratitude and a heightened awareness of the transient nature of life, thereby enriching our everyday experiences. The Stoic practice of contemplating death involves regularly reminding ourselves of life's impermanence and the inevitability of change. This reflection fosters a sense of equanimity, enabling us to face life's challenges with a calm and composed mindset. Epictetus, a former slave-turned-Stoic philosopher, advised, "Keep death and exile before your eyes each day, along with everything that seems terrible. By doing so, you'll never have a base thought, nor will you have excessive desire." This constant awareness of our mortality encourages us to live more fully and authentically, appreciating each moment as a precious gift. In modern life, where unpredictability and stress are constants, these Stoic practices offer invaluable guidance. Anticipating misfortune doesn't mean living in fear. Rather, it equips us with the mental resilience to handle whatever comes our way. It teaches us to view challenges as opportunities for growth and to maintain our inner peace amidst external chaos. By integrating these Stoic principles into our daily routine, we can develop a mindset that remains unshaken by life's vicissitudes. Consider the practical implications of this approach. In your career, for instance, anticipating potential setbacks can help you develop contingency plans, reducing stress and enhancing your problem-solving abilities. In personal relationships, understanding that miscommunications and conflicts are natural parts of human interaction allows you to navigate them with patience and empathy. By contemplating the impermanence of life, you can prioritize what truly matters, fostering deeper connections with loved ones and a more meaningful existence. Ultimately, the Stoic practice of anticipating misfortune and contemplating death is not about pessimism, but about realism and preparedness. It is about acknowledging the full spectrum of human experience and equipping ourselves to navigate it with grace and wisdom. As we embrace these teachings, we cultivate a robust inner strength that empowers us to live more resiliently and appreciatively. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca advised, begin at once to live and count each separate day as a separate life. By doing so, we transform our lives into a series of rich, fully experienced moments unclouded by the fear of what may come. If you've made it this far, you're a true Stoic in the making. Drop a comment saying, "I embrace change," to show you're committed to this path of personal growth. Stick around. The journey to a better you continues. So the next time you find yourself worried about the future or grappling with life's uncertainties, remember the wisdom of the Stoics. Anticipate misfortune, not to dwell in negativity, but to fortify your spirit. Contemplate death not to fear it, but to cherish the life you have. In doing so, you will discover a profound serenity and resilience that will guide you through the ebbs and flows of life. Much like a Stoic, navigating the turbulent seas with a steady and serene mind. 5. Embracing this perspective transforms our outlook on life. The wisdom of Stoicism, focusing on 5 crucial aspects of our lives that we should keep to ourselves and adjust immediately to enhance our well-being and mental resilience. Stoicism, with its rich philosophy, guides us to lead a life of tranquility and purpose. By exploring these areas, you can gain a deeper understanding of how to apply Stoic principles effectively. Firstly, it's essential to refrain from exposing your plans and goals prematurely. Often, When we share our ambitions with others, we become vulnerable to their opinions, criticisms, and sometimes even envy. Marcus Aurelius, a prominent Stoic philosopher, advised that we should allow our actions to speak for us rather than our words. In modern life, this could be akin to working diligently towards a promotion or personal project without broadcasting your intentions. When we silently strive and focus on our efforts, we are less likely to be swayed by external pressures and more likely to achieve our objectives with a clear mind. Secondly, keep your vulnerabilities and weaknesses private. Stoicism teaches us the importance of inner strength and self-reliance. By constantly revealing our insecurities or problems to others, we may inadvertently become dependent on external validation or sympathy. Instead, cultivate an internal dialogue where you acknowledge your challenges and work on them privately. This doesn't mean isolating yourself, but rather building a fortress of inner strength. Consider the story of a person navigating a tough divorce. By focusing on personal growth and seeking professional help discreetly, they emerge stronger without the need for public acknowledgement of their struggles. Another area to guard closely is your finances. Money matters are often sensitive and can lead to unnecessary judgments or envy from others. Epictetus, another Stoic sage, emphasized living within one's means and not flaunting wealth. In today's context, this could mean not sharing details about your income, debts, or financial plans. Maintaining discretion allows you to manage your resources wisely and avoid the pitfalls of financial comparison. Your intimate relationships also deserve privacy. While sharing joyous moments with close friends is natural, constantly exposing the ups and downs of your relationships can invite unsolicited advice and judgments. Stoics believe in nurturing deep connections with a few trusted individuals, rather than seeking approval from the crowd. Reflect on a scenario where a couple keeps their relationship struggles off social media, choosing instead to resolve issues through direct communication and mutual understanding. This approach strengthens the bond without external interference. Lastly, it's crucial to keep your philosophical and spiritual journey personal. While it's inspiring to share insights and knowledge, broadcasting every aspect of your inner development can sometimes lead to superficiality. As Seneca suggested, true wisdom is reflected in our actions, not just our words. In practical terms, this means living your values authentically and letting your behavior exemplify your beliefs. For instance, practicing daily meditation or acts of kindness quietly can have a profound impact on your character and influence others positively without the need for constant proclamation. Embracing the perspective that life is a festival, as Epictetus often described, can significantly alter our approach to these aspects. Imagine attending a grand festival like the Olympics, filled with noise, excitement, and various activities. No one complains about the hustle. Instead, everyone enjoys the experience, knowing it's temporary. Similarly, viewing life's challenges and daily interactions as parts of a larger festival helps us adopt a more detached and appreciative mindset. Instead of seeing problems as burdens, we begin to see them as integral components of the grand spectacle of life. This mindset encourages us to live mindfully and compassionately, finding beauty in the mundane and joy in simplicity. It's about discovering harmony in chaos and peace in noise. Consider the modern story of a busy parent juggling work and family responsibilities. By adopting the festival mindset, they find moments of joy in the chaos, appreciating small victories and learning from every experience. This shift in perspective transforms the daily grind into a meaningful journey of growth and learning. Every moment becomes an opportunity for personal development, reminding us that the journey is as important as the destination. Celebrate this festival of life with an open heart and mind, spreading kindness, practicing patience, and cultivating gratitude. Life is not merely about surviving, but thriving amidst the spectacular show that unfolds around us every day. By integrating these Stoic strategies into your life, you cultivate a resilient and serene mindset, enabling you to navigate life's challenges with grace and wisdom. What steps will you take today to embrace these principles and transform your perspective? Share your thoughts and let's continue this journey together, growing stronger and more mindful with each passing day. Thank you for joining me on this insightful journey through the 5 critical aspects of your life that you should keep private. In our exploration, we delved into the importance of maintaining the confidentiality of your past struggles, your specific goals, your moments of happiness, your personal relationships, and your financial situation. By choosing to keep these areas private, you are not only adhering to the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, but also fostering a profound sense of inner strength, tranquility, and resilience. Firstly, the battles of your past are your own and should remain within the sanctuary of your personal experience. Recounting past hardships can often lead to unnecessary pity or judgment from others, which does nothing to aid your current state. Instead, reflecting on these battles privately allows you to draw lessons from them without external influence. This introspection strengthens your character and resilience, as you learn to rely on your inner resources to navigate future challenges. Secondly, sharing the specifics of your goals can sometimes invite unwarranted opinions or even sabotage. When you disclose your plans, you might receive negative feedback that can discourage you or shift your focus. By keeping your goals to yourself, you preserve the purity of your vision and motivation. This privacy ensures that your actions are driven by your own desires and values, rather than the expectations or criticisms of others. It aligns perfectly with Stoic teachings, which emphasize the importance of internal motivation and self-discipline. Thirdly, your moments of happiness are precious and personal. Broadcasting your joy can sometimes provoke envy or misunderstanding among others. By savoring your happiness privately, you allow yourself to fully experience and appreciate these moments without external interference. This practice nurtures a deeper sense of contentment and reinforces your emotional independence. In the Stoic tradition, true happiness is derived from within, unaffected by external circumstances or validation. Fourthly, your personal relationships thrive on intimacy and trust, which can be compromised if you frequently discuss them with others. Details of your relationships are best kept between you and the individuals involved. This discretion builds a solid foundation of trust and respect, essential for any meaningful connection. Moreover, it protects your relationships from external negativity and gossip, allowing them to grow and flourish in a healthy, supportive environment. Stoicism teaches us to value our close bonds while maintaining a respectful distance from the opinions of others. Finally, your financial situation is a private matter that should be guarded carefully. Sharing details about your finances can lead to jealousy, exploitation, or even resentment from others. By keeping your financial status confidential, you avoid unnecessary complications and maintain control over your personal resources. This practice aligns with the Stoic principle of self-sufficiency and encourages a focus on what truly matters, your personal growth and well-being, rather than material wealth. If you found value in these insights, I encourage you to like this video, share it with those who might benefit, and subscribe to Stoic in Your Life. Your engagement helps us spread the principles of Stoicism to a broader audience, fostering a community of individuals striving for personal growth and inner peace. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss our upcoming videos. Remember, embodying the principles of Stoicism is not merely a philosophical exercise, but a practical guide to navigating the complexities of modern living with a serene mind and a resilient spirit. By integrating these practices into your daily life, you cultivate a robust mental and emotional framework that supports you in facing life's challenges with grace and composure. Together, let's continue to strive for personal growth, inner peace, and the strength to endure whatever life may bring. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep embracing Stoic strength. Your journey towards a more tranquil and resilient life is a testament to the enduring power of Stoic philosophy, and I am honored to be a part of it. Stay strong, stay stoic, and keep moving forward with calmness and confidence.